I wasted a substantial amount of ammo on that swarm I was shooting at a little while ago.
The swarms are annoying, dude.
Yep, I thought the shotgun would like really deal with it, you know, with the spread and all, but nah.
Can hold her shit. I mean, what are we gonna do if she bites it?
What will we do? We'll die.
Check.
Gray.
All right.
She's our only path to Serrano.
What am I using?
Means of escape.
Your leash? I don't know.
No, X is use, man. I gotta get down there and use it.
I'll
LB is leash.
That's right.
Bam.
So Chris and I had an idea. Just fucking.
Fuck yeah.
Chris and I had an idea between episodes, ready for us to blow your fucking minds. Get this. Comic books, like old comic book stories.
For blind people.
No.
Oh, wait.
That are remastered in that. You know, you guys know how, like, you see those, like, old school comic book arts, and they just look terrible. The colors are all fucking weird and shit. It looks like a 60s cartoon. What I'm suggesting is that we take the same story, same storyline, same everything, replace all of the art with new artists, so that it is, tolerable to read.
And not quite so offensive to my eyes.
Yes, not so offensive to my optical palate.
You know the stories are shit too, right?
I am aware that both the stories and the dialogue are shit and awkward and not realistic at all.
It has nothing to do with realism. Some of those stories were just bad.
I don't know. Do you know what Maximum Carnage was about?
No. Are you talking about the video game?
No, I mean, that was the name of the original... I mean, I don't know if it was the original run, but the video game is based on a comic plot. There's an actual comic storyline called Maximum Carnage.
Okay.
I don't know what it was about or anything.
Whoa.
These guys like to get really close.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well, so do I, apparently.
All they wanted was just some love.
Right?
Hug me!
And I kick him into the abyss.
Melted faces.
It's a beautiful tropical abyss.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Oh. Wow.
I love this game. Anyway, what were you
Must
saying?
have been a cool planet at some point.
Maximum Carnage was a story. I don't know what it was about, though. I mean, I know it's about Carnage. And also, some really awkward... I don't know, dude.
I never really followed the Spider-Man stuff. I've mentioned as much before, I think.
I'm a little bit more familiar with the Spider-Man stuff than you are, probably. But that's really only because I watched the 90s cartoon all the way through not too long ago.
I watched the cartoons. As far as the comics, I mean, there's always going to be some differences.
I mean, I don't really know much more. This is how elevators work. I don't really know much more about it than you do, honestly. I haven't read that much more of the comics than you.
Fight waiting for us.
Like, I only read... You read Superior Spider-Man. I read a little bit after that. And then I read the,
Damn puns.
And then I read the, Spider-Verse shit.
Yeah.
Which was just so brutal. That's pretty much it, though.
Alright.
Empty. The signal's mistaken.
She's here.
We'll find her. Don't worry, Ishii. Aw, man, that thing's wearing something else's face.
That's unfortunate. Lee Gross. I say that's unfortunate way too much lately.
Say what?
That's unfortunate too much.
Oh, well. Shit's unfortunate, it's unfortunate.
It's true. But I don't know, it's just one of those things, it's like...
Oops.
Wow,
okay.
that's unfortunate.
Shut up.
That guy's just like... Wow.
Okay. Oh, nope.
Man, they really like to try to dodge roll out of the way of your bullet speed bullets. Oh. Oh, no.
I actually got a bonus point or something for shooting him in the butt.
That's really good.
Oh, come on. I could hit that other guy.
Ooh.
I could have recovered.
Did it, like, automatically cut you
Yeah,
off?
as soon as I whiffed on my fucking target.
That sucks. Jesus.
Right in the ear. Oh, God, I love this gun. I can't believe I almost didn't want the sniper rifle.
The reason why I brought that up is because I think Carnage is a legitimately interesting character. Because he's just like... I mean, I know some of you probably don't know, because he's not that popular of a character.
Carnage? He had his own video game.
Yeah, but I mean, some of our viewers are pretty young, and they don't... Like, there's not a lot of Carnage shit a lot of reviewers probably only know as much about Spider-Man as they would have seen out of the Spider-Man movies.
Okay.
I think that's probably the standard for modern kiddos. Carnage is he's like Venom in that the Venom symbiote gave birth to the Carnage symbiote, and
Took it too fast.
And that symbiote, the Venom symbiote bound to Spider-Man originally, and then, as we all know, Spider-Man ditched it, and then it went straight to Eddie Brock, who was super salty because Spider-Man stole his fucking job or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah, I don't remember what Eddie Brock's deal was exactly. He was a professional wrestler or something, right? Oh.
I don't know. Maybe originally, I've always known Eddie Brock as being the, well, in Spectacular Spider-Man, he was like a lab assistant or some shit. I think the original story is that Eddie Brock was another reporter at the Daily Bugle, and Peter Parker came along and kept stealing all the limelight because
He was cheating.
he was cheating because he was Spider-Man, so he got all those great pictures and shit. And Eddie Brock cut him off, so Eddie Brock was super salty about that.
When did you fuckers get down here?
I think they just came from just now. Anyway, Venom symbiote, Spider-Man ditches it, it goes to Eddie Brock, and then Eddie
Oh,
Brock
I hate these guys.
uses the... Why? 'Cause
They're so dodgy.
Oh. Yeah, they like to reroll a lot.
I can't kick them. I can't grab them. It's like half the mechanics in this game that I've been, like, taught to use.
It's really shitty that you can't grab them. Because that's like the whole, like, joy of this game.
Yeah.
And then you just can't use it.
Yeah. Just nothing. No reason. Just... Nope. Not today, me.
Anyway,
Oops.
Eddie Brock takes... And the symbiote try to take down Spider-Man. That's the usual thing. Then one day, something really beautiful happens. The miracle of life. And the Venom symbiote vomits out another version of itself.
Life finds a way, John.
And that symbiote was the Carnage symbiote. And then that symbiote bound itself to someone who is literally a serial killer.
One of my favorite guys.
And,
Cletus Cassidy, right?
Named Cletus Cassidy. He is a redheaded serial killer.
Proving once and for all that gingers cannot be trusted.
Yep. Yep. They do not have souls, I believe is the meme.
I believe so. I mean, you should know by now most of what I'm doing is just repeating shit I saw on Reddit.
Who are you, me? So meta.
No, you're not on Reddit. Oops.
Anyway, that's the basic premise. Carnage is fucking insane.
You,
he's like
piece of
Venom,
shit.
but he's
fucking die.
fucking crazy. And I've always thought he was interesting. But I know for a fact that since he was created in, I don't know, the late 80s or whatever, all the source... Because, like, usually what I like to go to whenever I'm trying to understand a character, and like a comic book character or whatever, is I try to go to, like, whatever is, like, the source material, or the source... My go-to version of their source, like, story, their origin story.
Okay.
What have you. Carnage doesn't really have that. All the stories that are told about Carnage these days
More bucks.
are it's like it's continuing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's not the origin story of Carnage. There hasn't really been a good origin story for Carnage in a long time. And I get that.
Well, how many different ways do you need to say, you know, some shit went weird with the symbiote and now it's on a psycho?
All kinds of different ways.
I think you're done, man.
No, you need to see what happens after that. You need to see what it does. So, like,
It kills people.
I have no... Yeah, but in what way? Who dies? Like, there's no, like... It's like, okay, you can say that a character is bad and that they're a serial killer and that they're really powerful or whatever, but until you actually see them do some fucked up shit, it doesn't mean anything. It's like in... Okay, here's a really weird and non-contextual reference that we've never made on this show before. You ready? Here I'm gonna make a comparison that isn't a comparison to a movie or a comic book or a cartoon or a video game. Are you guys ready for me to blow your fucking mind?
You got something else?
In Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Holy shit, she's technically a
right?
comic book.
Now she is. She wasn't back then.
Shit, you don't know that?
I do.
Oh.
Fact. Anyway, back then there was the character Angel, and he was like, his whole deal was that he was a vampire turned good or whatever. He had like a soul put back into him by a gypsy or some shit. I don't fucking remember.
It was some sort of curse.
But the point was that he was like, before he got his soul back, he was like the most like evil badass vampire ever. And they brought it up a lot, and it was like, whatever, dude, you just keep saying that. It doesn't really mean anything, you know? It's bad, but I don't have any context for it. And then they, of course, have an episode where he bangs Buffy or whatever, and then that turns the curse back, and he loses his soul and turns it back into Angelus.
Keep it in your pants, dude.
Right? Come on, man. Have some self-control. Also, she was like 18, and you were like 300 or some shit. That's hell
Whatever,
not
man.
cool.
Okay, now at some point, when you're an immortal, it doesn't. Everybody was an infant, like at some point after you had been well beyond maturity.
I mean, any normal person was not.
I mean, this isn't like a 90-year-old dude banging an 18-year-old.
I still think she was a bit too young for him. Because when you're 18, you're not entirely mentally developed.
He did meet her like hardcore in high school, though.
Do what?
He did meet her like she was hard.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. She was still. I think she was a bit too young in that she was not fully developed as a person yet. I think that was a little bit too much. But anyway, whatever. All that shit aside, they bang, and then he turns into Angelus, and
Right.
that's all well and good. But
Well, not really. It was
terrible. Here's what happened. They had a fucking character on the show, a recurring character. She was a teacher, and she had relationships.
I remember her. She was hot.
She had relationships with all the other characters. She was in a relationship with Buffy's mentor, Giles.
Yeah.
And
who was also a badass.
she was well connected in the story. And spoiler alert, Angelus fucking killed her.
Yep.
And it was brutal and hardcore and fucking awesome. And I want that context for Carnage. But because I know that if that happened, it happened in some old fucking shitty, terrible to read fucking story that I don't even give a shit about, I'm never going to get that context until they tell it again, which is why I originally brought up the idea that I would really like it if they would remaster that sort of thing and retell a story, because in the Marvel universe they're constantly telling the same story. So in the comics they're never going to go back and redo that unless it's a remastered version. And in all the TV shows and all the movies and all that shit, it's not. It takes too long for them to get to the Carnage part of the Spider-Man story for them to ever really do another retelling of it. I've only seen it happen once. It was in the Spider-Man 90s cartoon, and that was okay, but that was pretty softballed, and I want something more than that. Because, you have to tell the Spider-Man story, then you have to tell the symbiote story, then you have to tell the Venom story, and then comes the Carnage story, and by that point, whatever
Nobody
movie
cares
series...
anymore, yeah.
I mean, it's not that they don't care, it's just whatever movie series or cartoon is running it, it's off the air by that point.
I'm out of shotgun shells.
Excellent contribution.
I want to get in this hole. He's gonna sit here awkwardly silent. John just gave me the rap episode signal and his cutscene started. I had the controller out of my hands and everything.
Wow, she's really getting into this.
Right?
Wow, nice not actually punching that guy.
I know, it's like wrestling smacks. I don't feel any gravity behind that.
She wasn't even making contact.
Ooh. I mean, he probably still does, but...
I can't wait for Doom.
Bow. Alright. She's established as a badass.
Yeah?
Whatever.
You.
Oh! That connected.
Easy down.
Dead Echo. Broken down piece of shit outfit went sideways and killed about 10,000 men, women, and children.
10,000.
It's a lot of bros.
You hear that, Ishi?
It's a brotastrophe.
More than last time.
What kind of idiot play was that? So wildly outclassed. Why didn't you morons just warp out?
We didn't have a choice. With the Confederate price on our heads, had to take Ulysses down before.
Hey!
Stay cool.
Sucker.
Let's keep talking.
Why does he even care? He's Wolverine. He's a healing type.
I don't know.
Are you going
Dude,
to
Ishii, you're
help
not
us?
being cool, dude.
Knock it off.
Dude.
I want one thing. Off this rock. This place is far too treacherous for you to survive alone, sister. We help you get to the evac. You help us get off world. That's
Great,
the
now I got
deal,
two people to
right?
not be good at this.
If either of you touch me again, I will butcher you. Let's go.
You're real sensitive about that.
Hey, calm the fuck down. I get it, we can't trust her. But we do need her alive.
I do not trust either of you, and I will not hesitate to gun down the first who betrays my confidence.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean,
I,
fuck,
I'm
Ishii.
sorry.
Damn right. That's what I thought you said.
Let's head out.
Understood.
Damn fine mess.
You're still bleeding? Jesus.
Get over it.
Right?